Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. If this is your first time tuning in, hi, thank you, hello, welcome. Please follow us on YouTube at Inappropriate Radio TV. Okay? No periodic table, no alien talk. All right, but you already know the creator came through with a message. All right. So if you in the past, any time from the latter part of 2019 until today, if you have had any sort of ascension, it's more than likely that you had some period of isolation, right? Whether it was just for a few months, it could have been a year, 2 years. You're probably still experiencing that isolation. And maybe, you probably did have people around you while you were going through your spiritual awakening, and those people too experienced the awakening, and you all experienced that isolation together. Maybe it was just your family, whatever size family you have. Maybe it was just you and your neighbor, you and your coworker, you and your pet, whatever, right? Of course, the purpose of the isolation, the purpose of why the creator even created you, all of those things are factors, right? But when we get through this whole, I want to live and I want to be spiritual, you have to go through a few phases, right? And with every isolation is going to be a new level. With every new level unlocked, you need to experience isolation, okay? So if you want to have the best relationship with God, you're going to be by yourself, okay? You're going to be by yourself. And I'm sure we covered this in some sort of way or another earlier on. I don't really know what the title of, but I'm sure we've addressed it. Not like this, but we've addressed it, okay? There are scientific reasons, right? Remember, we always talk about things that can be proven by science. So anything from day one till today, right now, if you wanted to have a physical explanation for what I have gone over so far, you will find something. There's going to be something that can align with what I've been going on about on a scientific level. Okay? Most of the things, if there has been something that can be proven scientifically, I'm pretty sure is something that the creator wants you to experience on your own in a spiritual aspect, right? But for the most part, yeah, like that's just what it is. Most of the messages that he's given me, we have to actually do research about, right? Okay, I just wanted to say that because I don't know who needs to know that, but yeah, we don't just ramble on and make shit up, all right? And I'm sorry for cussing, but some people, they need that, all right? But when you get to a level where you're actively using your gifts, you should have, and I mean actively using them as in getting the rewards for using them and doing whatever it is that the creator wants you to do. It doesn't matter who you're helping, because ultimately that's what this stuff boils down to, you helping people, okay? And a lot of people don't realize that these isolation periods, they have different portals attached to them. That's where these ascensions are coming from, because they come with energy. If you are engaging in things that will knock you off your path, it's going to cause you to miss information, to miss certain frequencies and energies that you need to align yourself with, to make certain realizations, to be put in a certain mindset. Some of these perspectives will give you downloads from other dimensions, right? So this is why you need to be alone. If people that you are around are not feeding you spiritually, it's a strong chance that God doesn't want you around them unless he wants you to heal them in order for them to get to a certain level. You don't have to always physically be a part of people's life that you're helping. Some of these people, God only ushered you in to align them and then for you to back up. You don't have to be a part of everybody's life that you serve, okay? Sometimes God just brings you to them, like I said, to get certain things done. There's a certain season and reason why you two cross paths, and that's it. You move on. And a lot of these periods of isolation are connected to more than information from the ethers and different energies and frequencies from other dimensions. Sometimes these things are simply just the creator wanting you to slow down, wanting you to really get the bigger picture of not just what he created you for, right? Because that's something that he's going to give you throughout the journey. It's also for you to understand everything in its entirety so far. Like wherever you've made it to at that point, that level is what he needs you to be able to master in order for him to put you in a new status, right? You can't get to a new level. It's just like a video game, right? You keep getting to like this board, and then when you get to this one board, you keep losing, and then sometimes you got to start all over again. Depending on how the game is created, sometimes it'll take you back to that one level prior to, right? So it just depends on what God is bringing you to and through. We all have these ideas of what we want and what we want and what we want, but we're not even looking at what we need half the time. So that is a crucial aspect of growing spiritually. You want to get McDonald's and fast food and sugar every day, or do you want a home cooked meal? Of course, the home cooked meal takes longer, but it's made with love. It's made in the right environment. You're going to save money. You might get the opportunity to eat with your family. Right? We have all these different reasons to do the right thing, and we have all these reasons to do the wrong thing. Those periods of isolation are set to help you make better decisions. And if you find yourself still making decisions that have nothing to do with the creator, you're going to be in trouble. Sometimes the isolation happens to slow you down so you won't make a decision that is out of pocket. So you won't make a decision that will put you out of alignment. Now, there are some levels. When you get to certain levels of spirituality, you can't make a wrong choice because you've made yourself ascend so high that you are in a realm where everything is going to lead to God, right? Everything is going to lead to where God wants you to go. This is years of mastery, years of being obedient, years of working, and then you get put in a situation where you can make certain decisions, okay? Not everything that we do is going to be beneficial for our physical self, right? And this is where you start getting that understanding of, okay, I don't understand. I don't get this. I don't want this. I don't need this. That's going to be an individual type of thing, right? But just to keep it surface level, we don't want to go too deep into it. We're just being surface level. A lot of the things that you do and want have nothing to do with why God created you in the first place. So you have to be real enough with yourself to even say, okay, how does this contribute to my purpose? How does this contribute to building my spirit up and making me stronger? How will my children or the descendants of me be able to benefit from what I'm doing in any kind of way? And a lot of the times, the things that we want and we desire, they're not really beneficial for later, right? It's just like a moment, a temporary moment of pleasure and desire And you have to realize that right there, those little holes, those little cracks, those little moments of wanting your desires to be filled is where all of the chaos can creep in. Those are the entry points for things to throw you totally off whack. So you need to really be paying attention to your downloads. Like, every time God closes portals, right, there may be periods of isolation. Like, have you ever had like a friend group today, and then maybe let's just say it's Monday, and then by Friday you're not friends with them, but then by Friday you've already met a whole bunch of new people to replace all of those old people? And maybe that period of isolation was just for 1 week because you did everything you needed to do, and God just needed to remove the lasting little energies that were blocking you from going to the next level. Sometimes it's that simple, right? It depends on the work that you've put in. It depends on the work that was put in before you, like by your parents or different family members that you may be connected to or whatever, right? Again, all of this is connected to our purpose and what it is that God literally wants us to be doing. No one really is going to have it completely figured out, unless God is just revealing things to you in a certain way. It's not even going to be like, oh yeah, I have 0 to infinity figured out, and I have A to Z figured out, and we have all of the steps. Like, God doesn't work like that. He leads you to a point, and usually that leading to those points is where the isolation happens. Once you get to a certain point, okay, there's another isolation, right? And it's going to look different for everyone, right? It's usually just you not being in environments or situations that you're normally in, or you just being removed altogether from situations and places and things that would cloud your judgment, that would slow you down, that will extract energy that you actually need. And this is going to be different, once again, for everyone, because everyone has a different purpose. So sometimes God will allow you to be around certain people for a certain time frame until that cycle is done, until you learn that lesson. And once you do, this isolation is to basically like reset and restart. And a lot of people sometimes believe that they have healed, and they have not. They have not. Like, a lot of people have done surface level work, but if you can still vividly remember the pain, the experience that you had to endure to get onto your spiritual journey, and it gets you in a mode where you want to like be upset, or it gives you a certain frequency where you can vaguely, where you can literally like just remember everything, you're not fully healed. You need to be so far gone into this journey that you're like, I don't even know what set me on this shit for real. Like, because I've been through so much shit. And I mean, this is, of course, if you're being asked like, hey, what was the one thing that, traumatized you so bad that you had to get on your spiritual journey? That's one thing, right? If you just have to utter an explanation. But if you have emotions and feelings, and if you can remember exactly everything that occurred, especially if it occurred over like a 7-year cycle, right? If you're past a 7-year cycle, if it's not something that affected you physically, right? Or if it hasn't affected your children, then you're not healed. And there's tons of different ways and reasons, but the Creator wanted to make sure that we understood every dimension, every new level comes with a period of isolation. So you're not going to always be around people. Some people take vacations and breaks because of that. They need to clear and reset. All right. But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope all is well. I hope y'all been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea, because it's most definitely free. All right. Love y'all. Peace.